Feeling a little unsettled and stressed with the way things are in our world? Experience the peace of Jesus with Finding Peace, our 5-day devotional. Visit purposely.com to sign up. Purposely. Your life, God's purpose. Listen at purposely.com.
I just froze in the doorway of this extremely large room. There were students everywhere. They were grabbing their lunch trays. They were hungry. They were loud. They were laughing. And I felt like I could hardly move. I'm Julie Lyles-Carr, and this is God on the Go, part of the Purposely Podcast Network, where we help you make the minutes matter. And I have to tell you, with all of the moves that I made with my family when I was in school, there was nothing like that first time that I had to show up to the lunchroom not knowing anyone. Yeah, I'm sure it was a challenge to figure out where my classroom was and to begin to understand who my teacher was and what that person was like. But the lunchroom, that was a whole other mountain to climb. And it was certainly a time that I really felt initially left out. We're going to be talking about what it means to make room. What it means to make room in a lot of different ways. But here's what I want you to know. You are starting a new school year. You may have some things that even if you haven't moved, you're trying to figure out. And you know what? You're truly not alone. Listen to this. How many kids say that they feel left out? Researchers say that half of all kids say that they feel left out sometimes. And you know what that means? That means that you have an opportunity to make room for someone. You know what the best feeling was in that new lunchroom, trying to figure out the new schedule, trying to figure it all out, and feeling so lonely? Was when someone would look over at me and say, "Hey, come sit with us. You guys, scoot down. Make room for this new student. Come on over." When somebody makes room for you, wow, it's so powerful. It reminds me of a story in the Bible about King David. When King David came to be king over all of Israel, well, there was a lot of stuff that went down before that happened. His best friend was a guy named Jonathan. And unfortunately, in all of the change that happened when David became king, Jonathan was killed in a battle. But King David had made a promise to Jonathan that he would make room for anyone who had been part of Jonathan's family. A few years went by, and King David wanted to make good on that promise. And he discovered that Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth, that he had survived when that battle happened, but that he had been hurt. And King David said, "I want you to go get him. We're going to make room at the king's table for him." 2 Samuel 9:7 says, "Don't be afraid," King David said to Mephibosheth, "for I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will always eat at my table." King David made room at the table for Mephibosheth, someone who had been forgotten, someone who had been left out. Look, as you start the school year, you may have some times that you feel a little bit left out. But remember, about half of the kids in your class with you, they feel left out too. So you go first. You make room for someone. Make room at the lunch table. Make room for them on the playground. Make room for them at a seat on the bus. When we make room for people, it helps our heart to make room for new friendships, new experiences, and to help someone out. And what I think you're going to find is then people make room for you. And what an awesome thing that can be. I want to send out a big thank you to George Fox University, our sponsor here at God on the Go. Be sure and check out all the great things that George Fox University offers your student. You can go to georgefox.edu, and I will see you next time at God on the Go.
Thanks for listening. We just wanted to take a minute to let you know that just like you and your family, Purposely is also part of a family, the Krista Family of Ministries. Krista helps kids and teens learn and grow in their faith at King Schools and Miracle Ranch Camp. And Krista shares Jesus with people in the poorest, most remote places through World Concern. Krista Senior Living is a community of love and care, and Krista Media is a place of hope on the radio. God is changing lives through these 5 ministries, and Krista is on mission to share the good news of Jesus. To learn more, visit Krista.org.